It's a Sony, and it's another episode of Cool Dude Clem's Electronic Workshop. Except of course I've lost the intro to the mists of time, so you'll probably never ever see that intro again. I accidentally thought I put it onto a USB flash drive when I was doing all the stuff with my computers, and I didn't. So this will probably be the new logo for Cool Dude Clem's Electronic Workshop. One of my doodles. Anyway, enough about that. More about this, the tape deck that I found. But as they say on a certain channel on YouTube, don't turn it on, take it apart. Already got the screws out, so we can take a look inside this thing. And this is what we got. Oh, lots and lots of stuff in there. Okay. I think the first step into getting this working, outside of whatever it used to be plugged into, is identify what each of these wires are, and I think I can already see the audio input and output wires. See, there's a couple of cables here with 3 wires each going into this big connector here. I believe those are the audio input and output wires. They certainly look like it. There's another wire right here though that's also got a shield on it. I don't know what that could be for. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 other wires. I don't know if this uses a split rail power supply or a kind of power supply that has multiple voltages. Nothing's actually marked on the connector itself on what should be going where. And my microphone is trying to escape. But I'm going to assume one of these wires is a ground wire. So let me just get my meter here. Okay, well, it appears that none of these wires are a ground wire. Now, in most of these things, the case, the chassis or whatever you want to call it, is the ground. And I can pretty much confirm that if I put the meter between the case and one of the input or output grounds, try not to block anything with my hands here. You can hear a beep there. And with this ground here, you can also hear a beep there. So we have a ground there. And we have a ground here. And I thought we'd have a ground here, but we don't. Thought that would be connected to ground, but it isn't. And none of these wires along here, none of these appear to be connected to ground either, so not quite sure what I'm going to do about that, because I'm going to try to hook this up to an external power supply and see if I can get it to power up. So what I might do is just connect the ground of the power supply to the metal case and try to figure out where the positive and maybe, if it has one, where the negative voltage goes, and we'll see where we go from there. Well, I can tell you they certainly put a lot of time into designing this thing. You get one part out and find that's hiding a whole bunch of other screws. Anyway, judging by this big capacitor here, I think I can pretty safely say that that's where the power goes in. There's another little one hiding there. I mean, these will be the main filter capacitors for the power input. So what I want to do is get this board out, have a closer look at it, then try to apply some voltages to it and see if anything powers up. Right, well, it appears that this thing actually has its own power supply. Well, its own rectifier, I mean. Remember I said that I think that this might take DC in and this is the main filter capacitor? Well, I think I might be wrong about that. I think this is actually AC powered. Obviously running off a transformer of some sort. You can see here, there's a lot of diodes, and there's even a couple of bridge rectifiers right there and there. And that's obviously a voltage regulator. So I'm thinking that maybe AC comes along these lines and gets rectified. And we get several different voltages powering the board for all the different parts. So I'm going to have to kind of find out where all these parts are connected and see what we've got. I mean, this is obviously power supply part in this part of the board right here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Good news! I have managed to get this thing to power up. Yes, I have connected a 17 volt transformer. Sorry there, I couldn't remember what the voltage was. A 17 volt transformer. Now I've spliced that into the wire that goes into the thing. And some of you may be thinking that's a rather stupid idea because you should put a rectifier on there and you should put a smoothing capacitor on there. Well, I found out that this in the circuit board here, it already has rectifying and smoothing built into it. In fact, you can see right there, there's a voltage regulator and one of the main blurry filter capacitors. Let's just see if we can get that to focus better. Yes, and trust me, there is rectifying circuitry built into that, so it can run directly off an AC supply. Just as long as it's not too high voltage. Not sure exactly what the voltage should be. It seems to be quite happy running off this transformer, as I will now show you. I shall put a tape in the machine. And as you can see, it took the tape quite happily. I can eject it again. And it will do all the things that you'd expect it to do. I don't have to have it connected to whatever it used to be connected to. Can play the tape in both directions. You might be able to hear the motors whirring. There's reverse. Stop. Rewind or fast forward. Anyway, that seems, like I said before, that seems to be perfectly happy running off this transformer. Anyway, later on, when I find out which wires on here are audio output and which ones are audio input, I'm gonna wire up to this little amplifier here and have a rave. Actually, no, I won't turn it up too much. Actually, yes, about this amplifier here, I did actually have a look inside this. You may see on the thing it claims, well, let's just try to get the camera focused better. It claims to have 180 plus 180 watts. Bullspit! The amplifier chip that's inside this thing is a TDA something or other, but I looked that datasheet up for that chip, and do you know what the output of that chip actually is? 7 watts plus 7 watts. Bit shy of that 180 watts claimed there. Okay, I've now got a tape playing, wearing a pair of headphones, and don't really like wearing headphones while talking. It just seems weird to me, but anyway, I'm going to probe these wires with the headphone jack. I'm just going to connect them up to the different things. I don't know. I'm guessing that these two wires here are where the audio goes in and comes out. So, I'm going to connect these up to the headphones and see if we get anything. Okay. Okay, I'm not hearing anything there. This might not be a good idea because I don't really know how loud it's going to be. Let's see. Do we get anything from here? Oh! I hear something. Yes, I can hear some 8-bit music. Right. Let's see. Not getting anything. Getting audio through this wire. Definitely getting audio through this wire. Not getting anything through that. Okay, let's try that. It might have other audio on this wire. It might be, this one might be input and output as well as this one might be input and output. Well, I know what I'm talking about. So, let's see. Do we get anything through here? Yes, yep, there we are. I hear the other channel of the audio. It's on this side. Okay, so I'm imagining on this cable here, this blue wire is an output and this brown wire is an input, and the same can be said for that cable there. I believe I connected up the red and I heard an audio signal. So I'm reckoning the red is an output and the white is an input. Okay, I'm going to have to do this take again because I really should check that the camera is pointed at what I'm trying to demonstrate so you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, I now have a tape in there and I have it connected up to this little amplifier and these two speakers, so you will actually have a chance, because I don't like to say chance, to hear how they sound. So I play a tape, the same 8-bit chip music that I was listening to on the headphones, so now you can hear it. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? There's quite a lot of bass coming out of these speakers, and bear in mind I've got all these settings. Make sure the camera's pointed at it. These are all set to their flat position. That's what it's like with the bass full. I'm not going to do that for too long because I don't want to annoy Mum downstairs. And this is the treble. And the other side of the tape, we have Wings of Death. Atari ST version. Anyway, I'll stop that. I know I'm not gonna get into any copyright issues with that music, but you know, for the sake of not annoying Mum downstairs for too long, I'm not gonna have that on. Okay, I have put this thing back together, and I still have the speakers connected up to the amplifier, but I need to find out which one of the wires on the back. You might be able to see the messy connection. Maybe if I turn the light on, you can see how it's kind of all just sort of bodged together there. But anyway, like before, I have it connected up to this amplifier, and I have made a test tape where I speak on the left and I speak on the right, even though you won't be able to hear this because this is only a mono recording, but this is a stereo recording obviously, so I'll be able to tell which speaker is actually producing sound. Right, okay, I've got to find out which is the left output and which is the right output, so I'm making a tape where I speak on the left and the right. Kind of doing a glide side here. Okay, this is the left channel. The left channel. This speaker is making sound. Only the left speaker should be reproducing the irritating sound of my voice right now. This is the right channel. The right channel. The right channel. Only the right speaker should be reproducing my most irritating voice right now. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Looks like I got lucky first time. Writing. It's so frustrating. Whenever I make a mistake, I can't erase it. I just made another mistake. That's what all the is about, because I keep making mistakes when I'm writing. I like to have a mad 5 minutes every now and then. Right, okay. So it looks as if I have connected that up in the right way. The left sound is coming out of the left speaker and the right sound is coming out of the right speaker. So it looks pretty much like and bear in mind, on this cable that goes to the amplifier, the red is the left and the white is the right. I did check that before I connected anything up, and that's how it seems to be. So it looks like on the cable that comes out from the thing, the red wire is the left. No, sorry, the red wire is the right and the blue wire is the left. Now I've got to check to see which wire is the left and right recording wire. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch each of these little wires while it's recording. and see what side of the tape or what channel of the tape that's recorded on. Okay, progress. I have soldered one of those things that has 4 phono sockets on it onto the wire that comes out of this, and you can see that I have put it back together as well. I found out that this wire here carries the left in and out, and this wire here carries the right in and out. The blue and the black wire go to the transformer. There's also another shielded wire here which I've just taped onto the thing and made sure that the 2 wires are separate so they don't touch each other. I don't know what that does, but it seems to be able to work without that connected. But I don't want those 2 wires to touch just in case something bad happens. There was also a green wire and a grey wire which I have clipped off. And again, it seems to be able to work without those 2 wires connected to anything. So, I've just cut them off because I don't need them. And now I'm going to make a recording. So I'll put the tape in. Tape ready to be recorded on. And I have it connected up to the to this recorder here, which is currently recording the audio, so I'm going to have to switch over to the camera's microphone now. Okay, so this is the crappy camera's microphone. Now I've got a tape with some music on it. Power connection's a bit loose. Let's get that ready to play. Now start this recording. Okay, now recording. Start the other one playing. So that is now playing. We should be hearing some music in a minute. Okay, so we should be making a copy of the music that's playing on this cassette deck here. It should be coming through to this one here. Not hearing any sound through the speakers, but I'm guessing this doesn't monitor when it records. I mean, why would it need to? I'll come back when this is done. The recording has been made, and I don't know what that humming was you heard just a few minutes ago, but it was coming through onto these speakers, and it was also coming through onto the microphone. Goodness only knows what that was. Anyway, it has made the recording, hopefully. So let's see what we have. Should hear it in... Okay. Well, that's not what I recorded. So we're rewound. Hopefully, should hear the copy of the music. Okay, we definitely got something. Not sure why though, but it's come out quite weak and trebly. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Anyway, this video's getting too long already, so I'll figure out what's causing that, and well, I guess I'll see you in the next video, because, like I said, it's getting too long, so until next time, goodbye. I don't know how well you can actually see this on the thing. Let me just zoom up on the capacitors here. It's alright, I've saved it. It didn't fall to its doom, hopefully. Did we break any wires? Nope, good. New world record.